Hello everybody, welcome back to another Warframe video. Hope you're having a good one. If you can't tell by the title, we are doing another build video today in Warframe for our favorite bird frame. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully this footage doesn't corrupt again. And let's get right into it. So first off, going over Zephyr, what we're focusing on is her passive ability and her first and fourth ability. Now, her passive, while we're focusing on it, the first part is irrelevant. Move faster and fall slower while airborne. Completely irrelevant to what we're doing. But the second part is why. Also, gain 150% critical chance with weapons while airborne. That is why we are focusing on today's build. We're focusing on our first ability due to the fact that it helps us stay airborne, and the fourth ability to help us do big damage. So you can say this build's kind of a mixture of survivability and big damage. Now, we got rid of her second, so I did go to the helmet and put Protea's dispenser room in place for her second ability, because I didn't find it worth it. You can replace her third ability, but I don't find that worth it either. I think it's better to replace the second one. Now, for this build, for Archon shards, you could put 2 yellow ones in. I recommend effectiveness on energy orbs, because this build will drain your energy and you're going to need ways to get energy back, not by the pops. You want to fill up the other ones, I recommend either probably blue ones for the extra energy or red ones for ability duration. Now, for the build. This is the build we want. Preparation, so we have some energy on spawn, aerodynamic, and preferably Boreal's Hatred. So that way we can get a 44% damage reduction while midair. You can probably remove one of the Umbra mods and replace it with the other Boreal mod for the 64% damage reduction, but not completely necessary. You want equilibrium to get energy when you pick up health orbs from Protea's dispensary. Just more ways to get energy. And you want to focus on a decent strength and duration build. Now, Blind Rage is the only iffy one here. You can probably get rid of Blind Rage and put on, honestly, Transit Fortitude. That wouldn't be a bad replacement. Honestly, it might even be a better replacement. But if you want the higher damage, you're going to want Blind Rage for it all. But now that I'm thinking about it, you probably want Transit Fortitude, because you can fix the duration with these mods here. So you want to, and you don't want to press the first ability. You want to hold it so you can hover in the air. Because if you hover in the air, her passive still procs. So you're forever going to stay in the air, getting the 150% extra critical chance. And so 100% extra critical chance forever. Yeah. Easy answer there. And you want high duration, so that way as much duration as you can, so that way all of her abilities last long. And while we're in the air, we want to pop our tornadoes so we can, so that if we do get shot, of course, you got the 40% damage reduction, or the 64 if you use the other Boreal mod, and we still got turbulence for the damage. So that way, you don't get hit as often by bullets, which is fine. But you want a high duration, you want decent strength and duration, a decent duration, high as you possibly can, along with high strength. You probably want more duration than strength, but I would go more strength, honestly. And decent amount, and as much duration as you can fit in here. For arcanes, these are not completely necessary. Okay, I would say for our build, yes, these are practically necessary. The only one you don't need is Arcane Energize, probably. Well, you need Arcane Energize. Yeah, you need both of these Arcanes. If you don't have them, it is going to be a major downside, but this build should still do you well. You don't need maxed out arcanes. You can use the base ones, and they'll do just fine. I can promise you that. Now for the weapon. The weapon I wanted to use today is the Kuva Chucker, or this big ass musket gun, because this gun does really high damage and has high crit chance by base. I mean, look at that. It has 50% crit chance at a base level. So it's already 200% while we're hovering in the air. But if we go on to the build we're using, this becomes even easier. Now, you want to focus on just a high base damage build. You want to go for whatever element you're fighting of enemies. So if you're fighting Grenier, go for Viral. If you're fighting Corpus, just go for Toxin. And for that spot right there, put whatever feels relevant. So probably put on Fast Hands right there if you're going, so that way you can reload this thing faster. But, of course, we want Viral always. Now, the Kuva Chalker comes from a Kuva Lich. I recommend using any of the frames that gives your weapon base magnetic, so that way you can have magnetic and viral, so you can easily deal with both. You can easily deal with both Corpus and Grenier because of the viral doing good damage to the health, and magnetic dealing with the shields, like this Notamar from the Corpus. You want high base damage, and then you only need one critical mod. Now, if you don't have a Riven, just fine. You can replace that with the base crit mod, which is somewhere in here. I think it's in this spot, isn't it? Yeah, you can replace it with this right here, which, yes, is higher than my Riven, but you only need one crit mod. And you do not need the whatever the special mods are, critical delay, because you just don't need it, because that will give you 300% crit chance. You do it this way, you get 250. Or this way, if you do it your way with the point strike, you will get 275, which is just below a red crit. If you want the red crits, do critical delay, but it's not necessary. But for my build, I have a Riven mod. I do recommend Galvanized Chamber, but if you do not have Galvanized Chamber, or one that you feel like is going to do you anyway, wherever it is, Split Chamber would do you just fine. But obviously the Galvanized Chamber would do you a lot more better. You don't need the Exilus slot, but I recommend it for the Vigilante Supplies, or where's the other one? The Projectile Velocity is the only one that I recommend putting in there. But I choose Vigilante Supplies to have a 10% chance to have that 5 or 10% chance to increase to enhance weapons crits. You do not need Primary Merciless at all, but it is highly recommended, especially at max stacks. So you can get the crazy damage buff. I'm pretty sure... I need a calculator for the math on it. You'll get a 300% damage, 360% base damage increase with this, and the 30% reload speed. Always handy with the extra reload speed, and you can't. Now the extra damage is great. And that is pretty much the Zephyr build. It is pretty much high duration and strength build, focusing on her passive for the extra 150 critical chance, and getting dispensary to help fix your energy issues that I guarantee you're going to have. And it has a lot of survivability with adaptation. You also do not need a high level adaptation. Now, yes, you could put a high level one in there if you have the room, but you don't need it. Don't need it, because hopefully this build will keep you alive for that long. Yeah, this build will do high damage, and it will keep you alive. So, what more can you want? A build to keep you alive, will do high damage, not fine. Yeah, that's pretty much the build. High strength, good duration, and efficiency without degrading any of the range, because you want her tornadoes to be able to suck up as many enemies as possible. And you want to, realistically, you can use any other weapon, but I chose the Kuva Chalker because it's the high damage weapon I have. There's a lot of weapons you can use with this. Pretty much, practically speaking, you can use any weapon with this. You can use the Phalarx, the probably a Strun. There's countless limits to whatever weapon you want to use. I chose the Chalker because by base it has a really high crit chance. So yeah. What did I have here? Oh, that's my original build. My original build. Whoops. Fixing my original build that I use. Whoopsies. But yeah. Like I said, if you don't have a ribbon mod for this, do not go and cry in a corner. You can go ahead and put on the normal point strike, which will fix the crit chance to what we want. You don't even need to put a max one in. You could put one that's like a bit cheaper. And the best part about this whole build, this is a zero forma build. Now, if you have the normal Zephyr, yes, you're gonna have to forma her up like a motherfucker. But for a Zephyr Prime build, you don't need any formas. This is all the original formas that are in her. So yeah, that's the build. I hope you guys try it out and let me know what you think. That's the end of the video. Peace out. Love you all. Storm Chelsea. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like. Leave a like. You guys great appreciated. And when you're here, hit the subscribe button for more videos of this one right here. For the gameplay, my opinions, tips, hopefully helpful, or general gameplay. Love you all. Peace out. And Storm Chelsea. Love you all.